Hello, my name is Rebecca Taylor and I am a personal branding photographer based in Australia, and I also run online leadership visibility breakthrough programs. Now, I've been photographing people for over a decade now, and across the board for every other type of walk of life, no matter what profession, no matter what industry, no matter who the person is that I've photographed, the same nervousness comes up inside them as to how they are going to be, how they're going to look on camera. There's all these nerves going around thinking I just don't look good, I'm not photogenic, and have that self-doubt running through their heads. Essentially, my role as a photographer, portrait photographer, really has been more about this, the psychology behind, someone who, is getting photographed and is putting themselves in the spotlight and is feeling rather exposed in the process. But also what happens too is when, my clients review their photo portfolios at the end and they see their photographs, what comes up then? And again, there's a whole bunch of nervousness and psychology that gets sort of released. And I wanted to cover a bit of this today because, there's ways to reframe this, and I wanted to dive in right now to come up with a few different ways that I think we can reframe some of those anxieties that come up when we think of how we look on camera. Because first of all, we all see flaws in ourselves, and we are all, we're the most critical person when we're looking at ourselves. But imagine if instead of seeing yourself as, looking like you've got flaws and there's issues with your chin and there's problems with your eyes, imagine if instead you actually looked at yourself and thought, I'm amazing. How good would that be? And it's possible. It really is possible to totally reframe the way you think about yourself, particularly the way you think about yourself on camera in photos. I know that, I'll see little areas of myself too and think, oh God, that nostril is a bit flared, or that nose is a bit crooked, or my mouth goes up in a funny way. And there's all sorts of little things that I pick up on too about myself. But rather than getting bogged down in the overthinking and analysing, I start to realise that, it's not even about me. The photographs essentially, especially the photographs that I take, are all around the business community. They're all about attracting your tribe. They're all about creating opportunities. They're all about releasing that leadership positioning through photographs. So really, do you think your tribe really care about the one eye bigger than the other, or the slightly off-centered nose, or the little quirk in the mouth? No. So the key is to be objective, first and foremost. Put yourself into the shoes of the person who's looking at you, the potential client who's just seeing a really lovely, fresh, beautiful face. And I know, like with the media and with what we see on glossy magazines, especially for women, we have a lot at stake. There's a really high bar that's been set for us, and we are sort of led to believe that there's this sort of perfection that we all should be aiming for. But believe me, there is no such thing as perfection. Perfection, is a word that we shouldn't even be really using. We're all humans. We're all in this human experience together. And really, it's about coming together as a collective and being supportive of one another. The fear steps in when we start really worrying that we're not going to be liked, that we're not going to fit in, that somehow we don't belong. And then those fears circle around so much that we start analysing the way we look, and we pitch our whole future on the appearance of ourselves. Imagine if instead you actually looked at yourself and saw a sparkle in the eye. You saw a warm, genuine face. You saw a personality. This is actually essentially what your potential tribe are out there seeing. And so what if you've got some kind of a wonky nose, or a funny little mole on the side of your cheek, or whatever it is that you've been so scared about showing the world? Does it really matter? Because you know what? I bet those features that you have are something that have been passed down from generation to generation. You know, that really high forehead or that kind of funny little angled jawline, whatever it may be, it's probably been passed down. And what a great thing that you've been able to, your family are able to look at you and go, oh, there's you know, my grandma Millie in those photos, and I can really see her, you know, and to actually have that recognition that you're part of that family. You know, it can be a beautiful thing to have a scar on your face. It can show, you know, that you've had experiences and that there's, you know, you've got a worldly outlook. Yes, it's important to look at the things like, you know, how you dress and the outfits that you have and all of that. But you know, sometimes I think we do get way too caught up in these so-called flaws, and we become so overcritical of ourselves, and it doesn't do ourselves any good. It can really put an end to the opportunities that can come your way because you're too caught up in the hiding. And imagine instead if you just got yourself out there and thought about the people that you want to attract and really just gravitated towards them and allowed your photos and, you know, you to resonate out so much that you created, you know, you attracted those opportunities, because that is actually what's possible for you. So when you're, you know, getting a photo shoot and you're looking through the photos, please go easy on yourself. Please love yourself. I know it sounds maybe cheesy, but really, this is what life is all about. It's too short to live in fear. It's too short to live in hiding and not contributing and showing up. This is about you unleashing all of you. And the more that you do that, the more you're going to attract people into your tribe who want you for you. And how liberating is that, to show up at work, to show up in your business, and to know that it's enough just to be you. I hope this has been helpful. Really love to hear any feedback, any comments, and I look forward to coming on with more tips and really, you know, walk away from this video. I hope you do right now, and just look in the mirror and look at yourself with some real, genuine love. Okay, bye-bye.